It's funny when you talk about like the super smart serial killer. Reminded me of Joe Budden for some reason. Like Joe Budden popped in my head. No, it's because
Is she a super smart serial killer?
because he could be. He very well could be that psychotic in a certain way. You know, I'm thinking about like the things he said on media.
He's a little unbalanced.
He's a little off.
It's a little off.
Yeah. But I like.
I love him to death. I like it.
Yeah,
I've
I
been a
like
Joey
it.
fan
I
forever.
like it.
Forever.
I'm not like a Joe Budden rap fan, but I like his off personality. Is really fucking funny.
I'm both. I like his personality, and I was a fan of his music long back in the day though, like when he was doing mixtapes and like the mood music mixtapes and shit.
I feel like it's a bit inflammatory for hip hop.
Nothing's inflammatory for hip hop nowadays, man. Everything's on the table.
But that might be the problem, though. Is that maybe or ever? But it seems to me like in a time where these things are in the public eye, like Joe Budden's new platform puts him at the forefront of being like rap's commentator, right? Yeah. So a lot of what he said.
Well, that's how he generated his buzz, though. He was one of the first like internet guys.
He was the first internet guy.
Like that's why people know that he can rap, because his mainstream success was Pump It Up, and everybody thought that was the dumbest song ever. Yeah. So like the only reason he has any relevance is because of the strength of his internet following.
That's true, but still.
Did you see this nigga go at fucking DJ Academics? Like afterwards, he's like, "This nigga's
when is he
straight
not
pussy."
though?
I was like, "Yo,
What,
I
the
can't."
Migos
sit-
thing?
They get along.
Yeah, afterwards, yeah, like
They get along, yeah.
if one of y'all went to another like podcast and was like, "This nigga Nico is the most pussiest nigga I've ever seen in my life." You know what I'm saying? Before
was
we
weird.
open up doors, I'd be like, "Toes, we gotta go to Toes real quick. Like, what's good?" You know what I'm saying? Let's throw these blows one time. We can see what happens after that. But
And
you
that's-
can't tell the whole world I'm a pussy.
I mean,
like
that's-
even if I am, that should be between me and you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Tell me in private. I'm like, you right.
You're right. I am. I ain't tripping.
Yeah.
I should stand up for myself.
Right? Thank you for bringing it to my attention. You know what I'm saying? Homie's pulling him aside. You know what I'm saying? Circle back.
Exactly.
I thought about it a lot because things like that happen, right? Or he walks off of interviews, but he's the person who's supposed to represent our culture. And the idea that like
Really, is he though?
I think so, to an extent. Only because he's getting so much buzz now with these things.
But that's the thing. Like that's always been Joe. Like it's not his behavior hasn't really changed. He's always been that volatile. He's always been a heart on your sleeve kind of guy. So like if he's not feeling it, he's gonna get up and walk away. If he thinks what you're saying is ridiculous, he will tell you in the middle of while you're saying it. Like that's part of why people enjoyed him on the internet to begin with. So like it would be weird if he didn't do those things. Now he's just a radio personality, essentially. He's no longer Joe Budden, and that's what people want to see, I think.
It sounds so destructive though, even for his own career. I feel like
But that's the kind of person he
That
is.
nigga can't walk
All
off
he
GMA
talks
though.
about is how
on
self-destructive he
GMA.
is.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Could
you
he?
can't walk off a GMA. Like that would be a bad look
the View.
for us overall.
True.
Even though it's like we would look at it like that nigga don't represent me, but like if he went to GMA he would.
do you think he would walk off a GMA?
Wait, what is
Or the View?
GMA?
Good Morning America.
Oh, he's on that shit?
No,
No,
I'm saying
wait,
he couldn't. Like Joe Budden couldn't be Joe Budden on GMA. He couldn't go on
that,
GMA.
that show wasn't there.
Like you know what I'm saying?
That's not
No,
no one would
no.
see that.
Like nah,
Fault.
this nigga can't just like get up and walk off.
But he's
in a
not on that
conversation.
shit though. He's
No.
on fucking YouTube.
But he could be very well on the verge of having a moment like that, right? All it takes is like one or two viral moments where someone at a show like that, a producer's like, you know who I want? I want that guy.
Yeah.
Not knowing his history, not knowing anything about him, when they're just trying to like fill their time slots for the week. Oh, that Joe Budden guy said some crazy shit. We should have him on. Not knowing that he has a long history of walking off or getting crazy, or, I don't want to say he had the abuse charges that weren't real. You remember that?
yeah.
Right. So not to, bring that stuff up, but for him being on the forefront of that, like Everyday Struggle is definitely getting traction. Right. And they go toe to toe every day and talk shit to each other.
Yeah.
Right. And it always seems like Joe Budden is like one moment away from just saying, fuck it all and going to smoke a cigarette.
Which is, I think, half the lure. You know what I mean? Like, because you kind of watch hoping that you are going to see that happen.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
Pop off.
when
But
is
is
it
that
going to
good?
happen? When is this show going to end? I want to watch.
Right.
I want to see the
Second.
meltdown live.
Right.
But does that like beg the question of, is that good for the culture? Like overall, is waiting for we watch somebody.
That's less the culture.
So-
That's more of entertainment as a whole. Like
or
that's
entertainment
what
as
we're
a whole,
looking for.
like that.
That's not,
like, is
that's
that
not
good
just
that we're
hip-hop.
looking for?
Probably
specifically entertainment wise, we want to see somebody self-destruct in person now. We don't have to read about it over a period of time. Like, yo, we can watch it
live
right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
We can watch you slip up. You know what I'm saying?
We
can watch Safari get chased around the hood. We could watch cats roll up on Soldier Boy. You know what I'm saying?
We like to see that.
it.
We could watch
We can see it
Safari get
happen.
chased around.
You know what I'm saying? Same thing for Charlamagne. We could watch cats like Charlamagne talk his stuff on the radio, and then as he's going into work the next morning, cats waiting outside the building like, yo, what's good? Like, you know, we can see that.
We like
in
to
real
see,
time.
We like to see the whole arc, you know, the beginning, them rising to their success, and them falling.
That fall.
You know what I mean? And sometimes the, you know, coming back from that is a whole nother thing.
We all enjoy a comeback story, but like I think people like
It's just hard grained into like American culture
For
because
sure.
you can go other places and niggas
every
are like,
movie
what a
people
comeback
watch.
story? Like, why couldn't they just win? Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do we have to have a comeback story? Why weren't they just
Just be good in
successful
the
the first
first
place?
place.
You know what I'm saying? But like, nah, in America, it's like, no, we want to see you fall because we want to see if you were truly worthy if you are a 4 or like a 3 or a 4-time heavyweight champ. But do you understand, to be a 3 or 4-time heavyweight champ, you had to lose 2 to 3 times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You didn't just go out on top. You lost the belt and you came back and you won it again. Like, why? Why can't I just be a 1-time heavyweight champ with 11 defenses?
well, yeah, we as a society like it, but
Everybody wants to see McGregor knock Mayweather out. It's not going to happen, but people would love to see it. Why?
because he's a villain. That's why. If he wasn't the villain, no one want to see it. They want to see him win.
People wanted to watch
Avoid it.
Foreman knock Ali out as well. You know what I'm saying? And he was like the people's champ.
Yeah, but he still had an arrogance about him that was like, you can't beat me.
People that haven't been beaten, everyone wants to see him lose.
Exactly.
That's what it
Exactly.
is. Like, if you haven't lost, everyone wants to see the L.
Yeah.
Period. It's just interesting. Just like that. I don't know why, but it's driving. Like, man, he's got 20 wins. Well, maybe 21. This will be the one, and I want to see that L. I want to see what it does to him, how he reacts to it. I want to see the whole thing, and it's interesting.
But then sometimes there's not a comeback. Like, would it have been better if Ronda never came back after that first loss to home, or coming back and having Nunez wipe that ass out in 48 seconds? You know what I'm saying? Which one's better? Because now she's going to fade into obscurity. She's not going to come back from a fight. Like, Ronda, I hope you come back for a fight. But if you don't, that's cool. You don't have to. You know what I'm saying? Like, Hillary Clinton's career, like, she probably won't run for president again, but we probably would still benefit from her being in politics as a whole. You know what I'm saying? Like, she had she fell hella hard. Nigga, you lost to Trump, fam.
Right.
Like, dog.
Yo, she lost twice. She lost to Obama previously. Not
You know what I'm
the
saying?
prep button.
And she lost to Obama in the last like 2 weeks. Like, it was pretty much locked up. And then she
all
started
right.
walking
Losing
around.
to Obama's
saying,
fine. Losing
Yeah,
to
that's okay.
Trump, that's like losing a rap battle to like Young Thug.
Yo.
Like, fuck.
Straight up.
He's
Like,
super
wow.
popular, but no
Yeah.
one knows what he's saying.
yeah. I agree. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it better to have the comeback story if either one of those individuals were to come back, or like, why couldn't we have just accepted and the greatness when it happened? You know what I'm saying? Just like been okay with what happened as it happened.
I think it's funny you say that because like when I think about it, it's a matter of career too, though, right? It's like some people are just chasing the victory versus the work. So I was watching Killer Mike, and he was defending his position for Bernie Sanders, and he was like, "Who's still fighting for us, Hillary or Bernie?" I was like, "Whoa, all right." Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, all right. So there was the idea of like, I'm still here in the trenches, having my career in politics.
I think L was nowhere near as deep, though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No.
to lose in the primaries, like, you have time to like recoup yourself before and get your ducks in a row before even the actual election, and then the L from that. You know what I'm saying? Because in that same vein, it's like, oh, are we supposed to like, literally talking about what you're talking about? Are we supposed to no longer pay attention to Obama because he was on that same vacation that she was on? They both took time off together. Like, yo, when we come back, this comeback's about to be crazy because we're about to do so much. Like, I'm taking my time right now.
But the work,
I feel
though,
like it's different. Like, Obama was just
You can't take a
president twice.
vacation?
He
Yeah,
can
he was
take a
president.
vacation for as long as he wants.
Yeah, she was Secretary of fucking State while he was president, and then after that, she was doing other things. Like, literally, it's not like she wasn't doing anything.
Right,
You know what
but
I'm saying?
perspective-wise, it's easier to understand Obama's break than Hillary's. I totally understand what you're saying, but like, your average person's perspective isn't that.
That's true. Which is why I brought it up, right? Because Killer Mike is saying, like, which one is still fighting for us? Like, it's not like she's not doing anything. She is still fighting. She's
kinda
just
was
doing
not
it.
doing anything, though.
Yeah, no, she definitely took like
Where
a
is she at right now?
4 or 5 month vacation. But like, yo, nigga, if I literally in front of the entire world was like, yo, this nigga literally is out here grabbing pussies and I'm the most qualified person to ever run for this office ever, and I still lost to this orange fucking Cheeto. Like, I'm gonna sit back, sip my tea, and watch the world burn for a little bit, fam. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna sip my tea. Oh, you see all the crazy shit he's doing? Let me just drop a couple subs. Like, her tweet game is lit. I don't know if you follow her on Twitter, fam. She under whoever
awesome.
is running her Twitter, because she can't be. Like, whoever's running that, them niggas need a raise every time, fam. Yo, her subtweet game is ridiculous, and she retweets specific things that he says too. Like, really, like getting at him. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
But
She should still go out and do the work, though. It's like in the same way that Rousey took the L. To me, there's some degree of like, I lost. All right, well, there's still work to be done. There's still things that matter.
Definitely.
Right? You still go back to the gym. All right, well, you may take a third L, a fourth L, whatever. So as opposed to just going and hiding somewhere.
there's a difference between hiding and like, let's regroup, because it's not like when Ronda jumped right back in the ring, right? They gave her like a title fight, which was the dumbest thing that they could have done. She just lost. She's devastatingly, right? She had to recoup herself. She said that she was on the verge of suicide, and her next fight is going to be a title fight.
Yeah,
like you're supposed to throw her somewhere. Yeah, you're supposed to throw her a bum or something.
They're gonna wash that ass.
Exactly.
Shit.
You need that. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's the same type of thing. Like, why?
So who does Hilary go fight then?
I mean, right
She gonna
now
run
there's
for fucking
not.
class president. What are we? What are we doing?
I feel like right now there's no like
At the fucking local elementary school.
there's no easy fight in politics. I think the Democrats haven't won an election in the past 4 elections that they've had. The past 4 elections since the presidential election and all the open seats that have happened,
L's
it's
back
just
and
L's back and forth. Like, as a whole, there's a lot of extra shit that needs to be done in that particular camp. But like talking about like Ronda or just the comeback story, like why we gotta have a comeback story, fam? Why can't we just go out on top?
Okay.
America.
Okay, so here.
Because America, right?
Because America.
Yo, straight up, like Rocky lost to fucking Creed, and then he had to come back, and then he had to become the heavyweight champion. Like, that whole point of like the second movie and so on was the fact that he needed to win. You know what I'm saying? Then after that, like, Creed wanted to come back after that loss, you know what I'm saying, and fight this Russian that everybody's like, yo, this nigga is a machine. Why are you trying to fight this guy? And then he died. There was no comeback for Creed until like 6 movies later, is when his son became a champion. And his son isn't even champion. He just fought and he also lost. Like, why we need that?
Because we need a second movie. That's why.
That's the movie machine. Okay,
Yeah.
so but in rap, do we have comeback stories? It's like, I think about Wale, right? So I'm a big Wale fan, and it seems like he's been like losing followers with every album release.
Yeah.
The albums are getting better, which is what's sad.
Yeah, his last
His last
I was
album
like,
was
yo,
amazing.
this is a good ass project.
So Wale and fucking Lil Yachty have the same like album sales.
What?
Really?
Yeah,
crazy.
they orbited around the same number, right? So with every release, Wale's had a decline in sales. So the question is, does Wale have a comeback, or is there a comeback in hip hop?
Well, did Wale ever come?
No, he never.
Wale, yeah, I don't know that he rose high enough and he hasn't fallen far enough. Like, the steady decline, like the comeback is like a meteoric rise and a meteoric fall. And then, you fight your way back from that. Wale kind of, he made it in the middle,
Yeah.
sat there, and now he's kind of slowly floating down, but that's not really a comeback. Like, if he were to do great now, people would just be like, oh, Wale's good.
Finally.
They wouldn't be like, yeah, they're like, he finally got there. They wouldn't be like, oh, he's had a comeback. Like, well, he's finally reached his full potential. Yeah. Wale's one of those that, like, I feel like his whole career is on the verge.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Like, he's always right. Like, you're almost there, buddy. Well, I've almost been there for 10 years. Like, so it's unfortunate. And I couldn't tell you what the like why it's that way, but that's the feeling that I get with Wale. Like, he's one of those verge artists.
I think his music is too broad, but his message is too specific for everybody. You know what I mean?
That's
definitely.
a good way,
You think
yeah.
about like the magazine cover that XXL did. When you open up like that middle picture, it is literally Cudi, Drake, and Wale sitting together, like all laughing. When the year that they all came out together, and I think it was like 08 or 09 when they first were like, "Yo, these are the people you need to listen to now." I named Drake and Cudi and Wale, like they are not even in the same tier or level
Not even
anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like not
the
even
tier list breaks down as
You know
as
what
their
I'm saying?
careers
Like,
progress. and
straight up. Huge. There's a huge gap. You know what I mean? And it's crazy. Like you said, his albums are actually he's getting better.
he's progressing the way an artist should, but like his fans and like his growth is going the opposite direction for whatever.
Because the album he just put out now should have came out 5 years ago.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It shouldn't have took him that long to put a good body of work together.
I think people are just not buying into his personality, you know, and like nowadays it's not just your music, you know what I mean? Like your music is like almost an afterthought. Like I hear about artists before I hear their music. And then like when I do that, I'll sit there and I'll go like, how long is it going to take me before I just organically hear their song? Yeah. You know what I mean? So people are more invested into the person than they are in the music. And when it comes to Wale, honestly, he just comes off like kind of like an asshole. Like if you're good, that's cool, but you don't have to constantly tell me you're good. Because honestly, now I'm thinking you're not really that good. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and it's like every artist does that, like a Drake or a Jay, when they get to a certain point where they have to start reminding you, I'm the best, I'm the best. Okay, that's cool when the numbers are showing that. Right. You know what I mean? But like, if you keep saying I'm the best, and the numbers aren't showing that, then you're not the best. You need to do something else. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because the numbers aren't reflecting it, and everybody knows the numbers are what push everything forward.
Straight up, Wale had the ability to be Cole before Cole, and he got leapfrogged.
Yeah.
I think that may have been. Well, I want to say, is there J. Cole without Jay-Z and Roc Nation? Because to me, I feel like J. Cole is good, but not special.
Did you?
I don't think he's that special.
Did you hear his mixtapes?
I don't think he
album?
was. I think that he grew into a special artist. I think his initial project was very regular hip hop.
His first two.
But now, but he has matured into a very individualistic artist.
I feel like there's a feeling in my heart that like I can throw some stones in the internet and find 5 more Wales. Right. Not Wales, but Jay.
That about a lot. You can say that about artists.
Yeah.
But like,
could you really find 5 more 2014 Forest Hill Drives though? Like,
right? That's
fam. That like when he,
you can.
It
Find
took him a while to
like
get there,
him, but the music that he's creating now is very one of a kind.
I literally, I almost,
I enjoyed it.
Complete. It wasn't as complete as 2014, but I almost cried the first time I heard Neighbors. I was like, nigga.
I mean, I was all right.
And then you got to give him credit too. He does produce stuff. So you know what I mean? So like when you, as far as I'm concerned, once you start producing and writing and performing and stuff like that, like I give you a little bit more leeway, like, you know, because it's not like you're just rapping. You know what I mean?
It's picking doing everything.
Beats. You're doing everything. You know?
That's a lot.
And Cole is like one of the first artists that is like a professional hip hop person, where like he went to school and got out of school and he knew he was going to do this like as a job. It was more or less like, not like I'm going to get famous by accident, but like this is what I'm going to do. And he went out and did it. And that to me was fucking cool. And I don't know, he's not that great of a rapper as far as I'm concerned. He puts out good work, but he doesn't put out anything that makes me go like I want to listen to it constantly over and over again. You know?
I listened to his last 2 albums constantly over and over again.
I listen to Forest Hill more than I listen to For Your Eyes.
Yeah, I listen to Forest Hill too.
For Your Eyes, it had to grow on me. There were like specific tracks that like stand out more than the entire project. I feel like he tried to replicate 2014 with For Your Eyes and didn't. Like 2014 was just, it was special. Yeah. But 2014 was still special, fam. Like in the age of what we usually talk about in music, like the mumble rap, the party, the turn up, like 2014 cut through all of that without having to be as musically different as Good Kid, Mad City or To Pimp a Butterfly, but still had the same type of effect.
Yeah. I just appreciate people that put time and effort into music now, because
you can hear it.
You can hear it. You know
you
can
like, hear the amount of effort.
Yeah.
Something.
Even just like the quality of production and stuff like that is, you can totally hear. You can tell. I can tell the difference between when Wayne is in a fucking hotel room and an actual studio. You know what I mean? And being an audiophile, like I appreciate that shit. I'm like, oh, he's not fucking in the bathroom somewhere. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because that shit sounds like
not
crap.
On tour and board.
Yeah, exactly. You know?
It's crazy because as you say that, I think, okay, we appreciate that, but those things don't. I wonder how much they propel the numbers forward.
They don't. They don't. They don't, because if Lil Pump come on, then it's a wrap. And that shit was made fucking in a porta potty.
Right.
Like,
what's some man's name? XXX.
Triple X Tentacion refuses to turn his vocals down on his song. He turns the bass as up to the red and his vocals too, and it bangs.
X records like an old rock band,
yeah,
like on certain songs, which I kind of like to a certain extent.
Yeah,
it goes with that song. You know what I mean? Like it fits, you know. So he'll have like a rock song where it's hella distorted, the bass is overdriven. You know what I mean? But turn that shit up in the car and it goes.
Shit knocks.
You know, and he's screaming and shit. So you're just like, fuck yeah.
Okay, so next question is he a hip hop artist?
No. No. He is an artist.
He's an artist.
I feel like it's rap music, but I wouldn't say hip hop. I think
Have
there's
you
a
listened
different.
to all of his stuff?
Yeah, he reminds me of a more aggressive Tyler. When Tyler the Creator first came out, like when Odd Future first came out, it had a lot of those same vibes. It was like, yo, the you're not coming to my show, or like old Travis, like you're not coming to my show as a rap show. Like Travis calls it the rodeo, and like Odd Future, they used to legitimately have straight up like mosh pits. Niggas used to be stage diving from the roof. You know what I'm saying? In their older shows, like it's a different type of rap music. It's not hip hop.
Yeah, it's
you know what I'm saying?
definitely
But
not.
like there'd be no rap without rock. So it's still.
Well, we talked about that last time. Like it's like how rock, there's metal, punk, all that stuff.
Yeah, we just haven't named our genres yet.
It's like punk hop.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like punk rap.
Yeah.
Punk rap.
We've gone as far as like trap and backpack.
Yeah,
Like
that's
those
how
are-
we named it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe hyphy.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
little bit.
We
Jerk
it's
music.
geographical. There's that.
And then mumble rap is an official title now.
Mumble
Which
rap
is
a
upsetting,
genre.
but I guess.
Well, they out here mumbling, so what do you want
Yeah.
to call it?
You guys see? You guys see the double
like-
XL freestyles
The most recent ones
I stopped
Yeah.
watching them 2 years ago.
for this year?
for this year? Yeah, a couple of the mumble rappers were freestyling about them mumble rapping. I forgot which one. I think his name's Made in Tokyo. He was freestyling about it, and it was just like he was kind of like saying, old heads talking about mumble rap, this and that.
Yeah.
And it was just like, okay, your freestyle's okay,
But like Made in Tokyo, I wouldn't consider a mumble rapper. I think that's why I don't like that title, because people put
They sort of just
people
lump all
in
the new
there who
artists
aren't
into
who aren't
yeah, if you're under 25, you're a mumble rapper.
yeah,
Doesn't matter
even
what
though
kind of
that's
music you're
not
making.
I can
Mumble
hear
rap.
you
I can't
articulate
understand that
clearly.
shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so who does fall into that category? The mumble rap. Who's officially waving the mumble rap
Shit,
flag?
Migos are the king of mumble rap.
Definitely.
You think
But
so?
like the thing is, like, would you not
I don't think Migos
like
rapping at all.
I don't would but
think
they
Thugger is,
put
like,
them in there like
the
I feel like
originator
Thugger,
of mumble
rap.
but not even really.
I
I would
still
say
don't know.
Wayne would be the originator. You know what I'm saying? Of all originators. I would say like Wayne did it first, but Thugger for sure. Like because Thugger dropped
Wayne
I'm a
did it on
Stoner
accident because he was on drugs,
Lifestyle.
and Thugger took it and made it a whole like style.
That's true.
Like it was like a phase for Wayne, and it is Thugger's career.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very
I'm
true.
gonna take this piece of Wayne's career and just
And
Jump with
this
it.
will be
He
my
didn't.
life.
He didn't expand upon this enough. So let me show you how to properly do it. Right? Yeah, because I'm a
More
Stoner and
codeine
fucking
and less
Lifestyle. You
pronunciation.
don't understand any of those shits. Not a single word in either of those songs.
not a single fucking word. Okay. Shit. We're gonna wrap it. I think we
with
got this in the can.
All right.
I'm with it.
We need
didn't
to-
even get into
we need
like
to
the
sign off.
story of OJ type shit and none of that. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
I'm not black. I'm OJ.
Okay, well, real quick.
Okay.
That shit was awesome.
Yeah.
And off the rip, I'm like, okay. Like, there's always the question is OJ Chloe's dad? Is it Chloe or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Courtney.
Chloe.
It's
Court-
Chloe.
Oh, no,
Chloe.
yeah,
No, it's
Chloe.
Chloe.
no? The answer is no.
No, of course. The answer's no.
But still, have you seen the video for that?
I've seen multiple like tabloids about it, but
No, the video for the song.
oh yeah,
yeah,
of course.
yeah.
Cartoon with
If
The
that
cartoon
shit,
video.
fuck, I was like, yo, this shit needs to be nominated and win fucking video of the war
It will.
of the year.
I think
Like,
it will.
yeah, for
I
sure.
don't
That
think
shit
these
is.
kids give a fuck about that shit, man.
No,
But that's the whole point.
Like there's
They
the
have-
rare ones like you, not calling you a kid.
Yeah.
Like, there's a rare, rail red,
Yeah.
younger, under 25 that have like some sense in their head.
Yeah.
Like there's those, but like
I don't
The
really
mumble
know
rap
if
motherfuckers
I'm
that-
in. I don't know if I'm an exception to the moon. Like,
this is just
the-
a weird cartoon.
yeah, they're like racism. What is that? Like,
niggas still grew like they still play fucking Tom and Jerry, you know what I'm saying? They still play that shit. So niggas still see Big Mama in that show. Like the first time I saw her in that show as a child, I was like, yo, why the fuck she look like that? You know what I'm saying? Like as a kid, I was like, the fuck? Like, so you still, no matter how big of a disconnect there might be, like there's still gonna be kids who know that culture and know the
That's
history
good.
of like,
That is very good.
oh, blackface. And one of the reasons we don't like blackface isn't just because we don't like you dressing up like us. It's because they used to make us wear blackface. You know what I'm saying? That shit comes from Bojangles. They used to make us put on blackface and red lipstick and tap dance.
I
Nigga.
think the art's strong enough to propel with a person like Jay-Z, where he can come and say whatever the fuck he wants, and it's not trash, right? So it's still like this is the art, and I think it's strong enough to have it be acclaimed, right? So even though the kids may not latch to it, may not be, contemporary in that regard, it's still strong enough to whereas I think it'll get awards.
Well,
It'll live on forever.
Yeah.
Also, Jay-Z's a large enough artist where they may not understand it, but they'll know about it, and it may cause them to like look into it and then understand. Like, you know, he's big enough to where somebody or like a kid would be like, "Huh, well, let me do a little bit of research and see why this is such a big deal. Like, what is this blackface thing? I mean,
Right.
about?
Well,
You know what I
in
mean?
the-
Like, he's that artist that'll get a kid to do that.
In the late 80s when Nike had that commercial or whatever where oh girl was running through the black and white, everybody was watching the fucking movie screen and she runs through and she throws the box through the thing and like breaks it. You guys know that old commercial, right? Like, did they know that this was in relation to 1984? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, were kids thinking about that?
No.
You know what I'm saying? But like over time, like, you know what this thing kind of alludes to, like it's spoken about because the older people are like, yo, this is very in relation to the fact that they're trying to break against mainstream like corporations and them telling you what to buy and all this extra shit because they want you to buy Nike. Ironic that Nike turns into one of those type of companies, you know what I'm saying? But like, you know what I mean? Like, and 1984 was a book. Like, it wasn't like a movie by then, you know what I'm saying? So even though I may be a little bit different because my parents were younger and they watched shit about Bojangles and would make me sit down and be like, yo, watch this shit, you know what I'm saying? My family's like hella Southern and they were like, yo, this shit don't play. Like, this is a part of our history because we grew up in a state that still flies the Confederate flag, you know what I'm saying? Like, did not go to high school with white people. Let me show you about this shit because this shit's important overall because now I'm in a city full of white people and you know what I'm saying? So I need you to be better educated about this shit than I am, you know what I'm saying? But like, I feel like that video, like you said, will undercut it whether they know about it or not. Jay-Z might be a big enough artist where they might look into it or they'll just turn on the radio or read some blogs of people dissecting it because that video is going to be dissected. That shit is lit as fuck. It is Rich Dad Poor Dad in a fucking 2-minute and 30-second song.
Facts.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
I like it.
I approve. Put a stamp on it.
On
Right?
that note, let's go to strip club.
Let's do it. Because I ain't got no credit. Fuck it.
Okay.
All right, we out. We're gonna sign off. We don't have an official sign off yet, but
I took a whole week off. Y'all had time?
we had to figure one out.
You gotta figure
Not
one out.
today, but
Maybe that's the sign out. We don't have official sign out yet. We're figuring this shit out.
maybe next week we'll have one. So tune in next week.
Right?
For the sign out.
For the
We gotta
sign
listen
out.
to the whole show. Maybe we'll have it. Maybe we
Maybe we
won't.
won't.
Right?
There might be a prize at the end.
Shit. Till then, no crabs in the bucket, man. There it is.
Okay.
Oh man.
That was fun.
Throw money away at the strip club. Credit.
That's just lit. I love that line.
Oh man. Yeah, that's great.
You want to know how the Jews ended up owning half of downtown? That's how they did it.
That's how they did it.
Fuck living rich. That shit made me think about fucking taxes too. It's like, fuck, I'm trying to be rich enough where